Being efficient is doing the most things in the smallest amount of time. Effective is making sure it's the right things. So if you went to the gym for 3 hours and you maybe done 3 exercises, I would say you're not efficient at all, because you're not making the most out of your time. You're resting too much or something. But if you go to the gym and then you do 3 hours straight of cardio, but your goal is to become a muscly bodybuilder and muscly, then I'd say, yeah, you're probably efficient. You're doing a lot of work in that short amount of time, but it's not effective work that's going to get you to your goal of being a bodybuilder. Hey guys, Matthew Lepre here. So in this video, what I'm going to talk about is one of the most important habits that you have to always keep in mind if you want to be successful at reaching any goal. And that habit is constantly asking yourself, are you being efficient and are you being effective? So what I mean by being efficient is, are you doing a lot of production? Are you being productive, doing a lot of things with minimal time? So you're doing a lot of things in a short amount of time. So that's being efficient. And then being effective is, are those things or are those actions helping you get closer to that end goal? So they're the two things you want to ask yourself. And think about this. Let me give you an example. I went through university. I was going to become a dentist. So I had to study 4 years pre-med. And then after 4 years pre-med, I had to sit another exam called the GAMSAT exam, which was an 8-hour exam. And then if I passed that, then I could get accepted to start studying dentistry for another 4 years. And I know it sounds like a long time. I studied so hard. I put work in every single day. For hours, 8 hours a day minimum, for at least 6 to 12 months, I was studying for this exam. And the day I sat the exam, I was confident in the morning. And then when I actually sat the exam, I got really shocked. You know, I didn't have enough time to finish it. It was very stressful. And when I got my results a few months later, I actually failed. Yeah, it was just so sad. You know, I thought I was going to get into dentistry. I failed. Obviously, I'm not good at English, so that was the hardest section for me. And because it comprises of science and English questions and English essays. So I'm terrible at English. What I realized was that I didn't study right. So I was efficient, so I was working really hard, putting the work in every single day, but I wasn't effective. So the work that I put in wasn't helping me get to that end goal of actually passing the exam. So at least I had my clarity, I had the end goal, I knew I needed to pass the exam, but I didn't have the right methods to actually do that. So I wasn't being effective in my study. What I had to do then was just reanalyze the whole situation. And I just had been studying ineffective the whole time. I was trying to memorize things just like I did with my university exams. But this was a different type of exam. It was testing problem solving skills. It was testing speed and efficiency in the actual exam scenario. It was testing my ability to write essays. You can't memorize as study for those things. You just have to keep practicing. So what I did, I said, look, I'm not gonna accept failure as an option. And I went back, and for another 6 to 12 months, I studied every single day. Every day I wrote essays. Every day I answered practice questions. Every day I practiced under time conditions. And I finally sat that exam again. And luckily I actually passed it at that time. I was so happy. And the reason why I passed it was because I was effective. I mimicked the exam conditions. That's something you've got to always ask yourself. You have to ask yourself, am I being efficient? So most people are always efficient. And some people keep themselves busy and think, yeah, I'm doing great work. But they're being efficient, but not being effective. You got to take a step back and ask yourself, is what I'm doing every day as my daily habits the most effective thing that's going to reach the end goal? And if you don't know yourself, that's when you have to get advisors or mentors to actually ask. So if you want to be the best Formula One driver in the world, if you want to be the best doctor in the world, then go find someone that is the best already, and then ask them, consult with them and ask them, are these daily habits that I'm doing the most effective to get me to that end result? And then if it's a yes, then great, you're on the right track. Once you know you're doing the right things every day, then it's all about just keeping that habit and just putting the hours in, and then success will come. That's the crazy thing. Success comes from doing the right things over and over again and repeating them and always getting feedback from somebody that knows more than you. because the things that you're doing every single day now might not be the right things in 6 months time, because things change, you get closer to your goals, you grow. So keep that in mind. You always want to question yourself, am I doing the right things that are effective? And always have a consultant or a mentor or an advisor, or even a lot of different books out there that can actually give you information. But always be learning, so you can always make sure that you're being effective. So that's it. Whether you have a goal to have the best relationship, whether it's to be the most successful at something, whether it's just to have more confidence, always be self-aware and ask yourself, am I being efficient and am I being effective? And honestly, that's probably one of my best pieces of advice that I can give you, and just keep that in mind. Ask yourself that, write it down in your diary, and take care.